go. Let's see if we can get this going on the computer too. Mm. There we go. Morning. Yeah, I'm live. I'm just gonna make a cup of coffee with you guys. Last time I did this, I didn't have coffee and I got pretty tired partway through it. Okay, good. Morning, Craig. Morning, Robin. I thought I'd check in today and say hi because I'm gonna work on the van today. You can see that passenger door right there. That's what I'm working on, is that whole front cabinet area today. Morning, Kim. Hey, Kim, thanks for that Tim Hortons gift card. That was sweet of you. I don't go there too often, but that'll last me a little while for sure. Thank you very much for that. The heat wave, Robin. Well, I've been since I was hanging out with Chrome and Emmy up by the lake. We came back to Vancouver, and I've been staying here pretty much the whole time. So it's been cooler, I would say. It's like maybe 30, 33, I think was the highest it was at. And the fires here are like there's no fires locally, so it's been okay, and there's been very little smoke, so it's been just great that way. But there's some fires going on in the property. I'm just making a coffee. That's what I'm up to here, so try and show you what I'm up to. Gotta get this going. Yeah, how are you guys doing? There we go. Well, thanks, Dustin. Whoa, Kim. Thanks for that super chat there. Sweet. Thank you, Kim. That'll really help. So I'm I'll tell you what I'm up to these days. So I've been working on the van. I've been in Vancouver and I've been in Squamish ever since I got back from that trip up there with those guys at the lake. And I've been just doing a lot of the really boring stuff that's on your to-do list that you just never want to get to, and I'm focusing a lot on that stuff. I kind of get in a momentum train when I get going on that stuff, and I just do it, and I have a hard time going out, relaxing, enjoying nature and that sort of stuff when I know I got some of these things to get off my burner. And these days I'm just going through some life changes, some big life changes, and one of the big changes I wanted to make going into this transition was to get all that stuff out of the way and off my plate. So that being said, I'm just finishing up this front area of the van over here. So I've taken out my passenger seat and I'm building a cabinet for right in there. I've already done the door panel, and I've got some of the partitions made, so today I'll be making up the rest of that, or at least I shouldn't say I'll be making up the rest of it, because it might take me a few days to finish that one up. But you know, it's a process, and it's good. So yeah. Elaine Blind, what was my favorite Sunday morning cartoon as a kid and as an adult? It's funny you say that. I almost titled this this live stream "Morning Cartoons Are Over," But Sunday morning cartoon as a kid, I used to like the Looney Tunes. I watched those when I was a kid, like at the Acme show with Wild Coyote and the Roadrunner. I like that, and then I actually like watching a lot of fishing shows when I was a kid too. So, um, but yeah, there's a bunch of cartoons that I watch too. It's been a while. Now I watch them with my daughter, or at least I did until recently. So now she's watching her cartoons with her mom, for the time being anyway. Um, Mine was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Sunday politics show. Yeah. uh, hey, Ramblin' Rocketeer. Good to see you on here. Um, the cartoons are all politically incorrect. They've taken away the fun. Yeah, I suppose so, actually. Anyway, so you guys want to hear what's going on with me? What's my plan? Um, so I said it already that I've been just dealing with all the stuff on my to-do list and getting all that out of the way. Plan right now is to get this front cabinet built up here in the front. Then I've got a new mattress that's in my storage locker right now up in Squamish, so I'm going to be cutting that, making new covers for it, putting that in the van. If I have time, I'm going to make a few pairs of like shorts or something like that, and then I'm going to hit the road and go to the island. I'm going to be meeting up with Chrome, and we're talking about going up North Island to do some exploring together. And then after that, I've got an electrical job to do on a Sprinter van in Victoria. So that's it's for a friend of mine, but I'm getting some money for that, so that's gonna help. And then after that, it's it's a handful of things. It's either gonna be Bali, or it's gonna be northern British Columbia, maybe the Yukon, or it'll be Ontario. So it'll be some kind of trip, I'm hoping. I could just stay local too and just, you know, hang out here, get things sorted out with a freezer, and do some more foraging and that too. So we'll see. It all comes down to finances and money and stuff like that. Um, but right now I'm just taking it easy and getting this stuff out of the way. And Dinosaurs, that's the name of the cartoon. Yeah. Hey, the cat lady van. How you doing, Emmy? It's good to see you here. Um, good morning to you wherever you are this morning. I had a fun time with you guys at the lake. That was really restorative for me. Just being pretty fresh out of that split up that I was going through. How's the smoke in my area? It's actually really good. The weather today is beautiful. It's a beautiful sunny day in Vancouver. I couldn't ask for a better day, and here I am inside this place, so I'm going to be working on the van in here. But yeah, no smoke anywhere in this area. I've been sort of staying out of the back roads, the ones at least that are one way in, one way out, just because of everything being so dry. I don't want to be trapped in a place where, you know, maybe there's a fire and then I'm stuck in the back of some back road. That's a situation I don't want to be in. It's the kind of thing that's been on my mind. There's a few hikes that I really wanted to do, and I might save those till later in the season once the rains start coming down again. Yeah, it was fun, Emmy. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Chrome's mind seems to be more at ease when you're around. Yeah, I don't know. I know, you know, whenever you get friends and company around, it can really help to just, you know, put anybody's mind at ease, really. So, he's got a lot going on as well with his projects and such. SC, I'm waiting patiently for the 4x4 conversion and 12-inch lift kit installed on your van. Yeah, SC, I would kind of like, I've toyed around with a few modifications for this sort of thing, and and then it would be, I don't know, I've got tons of ideas for this van, but I don't know if it's really worth putting into it, so I'm putting a little bit into it, and I'm going to try and ride this van out as long as I can, and then get something else that'll have maybe 4x4 and a lift kit in it. Chrome buddy, thanks for that super chat. Sweet, man. That'll for sure help with the ferry ride out there. Won't be long, my friend. I know you're working on your van over there, and I'm gonna be working away all day on mine, probably till about 2 a.m. again. So yeah, thanks for that. That really helps. Yeah, that'll cover my ferry ride for sure. So anyway, that's and Natalie, Zion, Beth, Babyface, right? Yeah, I think that's going away a little bit, because now that I've got a little bit of, sun and stuff like that, that's gone away. She's referring to when I shaved off all my beard. There was a video a while ago where whenever you grow facial hair and you shave it off for the first time, you get a baby face going on for a little while. That's cool. Both Chrome and Emmy are in here. That's great. It's too bad we couldn't have like multiple screens going on. We could do like a live stream and we could just have like a chat together. I'm sure that's something we can do in the future somehow. I don't know how it'll work, but that would be pretty cool. Ramblin' Rocketeer, when are you going fishing next? I actually went fishing a couple days ago, and I shot the video for it, and I did it again all with the GoPro, because I was out on that really flimsy inflatable boat. And as it turned out, the GoPro wasn't quite tilted down enough, so when I caught a fish, I would bring it in, and you could hear the excitement and all that sort of stuff, but you couldn't see anything. So I'm probably just gonna scrap all that video and redo that and play around with the orientation of that and a few other technical things while I'm out there, so that I can figure out what works and what doesn't work, and then I'll go and try it again. They weren't big fish though, they're just small ones, but I got a few of them in my fridge right now. Yeah, so fishing next, I might do some fishing before I leave, like just a quick jump over to a lake and cast my line, but there's a good chance that I'll be doing that out on the island with Chrome. Maybe I can convince him to buy a fishing rod again. Margot Burns, I'm heading out tomorrow to do some boondocking in Florence Lake Forestry Road. Amazing drive between Alouette and Ceres Lakes. Have you ever been up there? No, I haven't been up there, Margot. I'm not familiar with that. I could kind of go back and look that up. I'll just screenshot that and then I'll check it out later. Yeah. Suede Fringe, Joseph, what did I miss? Staying cool, I hope. Yeah, I'm definitely staying cool. It's not that hot up here. It's Suede Fringe. It's pretty good temperature, and there's no fires or anything that nearby. I've actually been spending quite a bit of time in Vancouver, so you can hear the sirens in the background. I'm just in the yoga studio parkade at the moment doing some van work. Sue Bishop, lots of places to fish over here. Are you talking about the island, Sue? I'm guessing you are, because I was saying I was going to go over there. So yeah, I've got a couple tips from Friend wants to take me to a river that's got some cutties in it. Like to go try that out. If I can get out and do some ocean fishing too, that would be really great as well. So Lee said here, of all the unmarked graves of kids being found in BC, that's definitely sad. I haven't been keeping tabs on any sort of new graves. I know there's that one with the 215 kids, and that was pretty sad for sure. Yeah, it's kind of close to home when it's kids. You know, it's different when it's an adult and it's, you know, an older person that's lived a full life and stuff like that. It's still pretty sad for sure. But you know, they spent some time here. Lily Camper Van Adventures. Hi Joseph, hi from the UK. We love you, man. Glad to see you getting on with life. Say hit to us, Michael and Kim. Yeah, Michael and Kim, thanks. Yeah, getting on with life for sure. I've been in touch with my daughter, of course. We've been connecting once a week right now on video calls. We're going to try and bump that up to 2 times a week. We've been doing it once a week because they've been moving around a lot since they've been over there. But I think they've settled now in a really beautiful place. They're kind of halfway on the side of a jungle, and it looks magnificent. They got a swimming pool. They've got a couple other people that they live with, and they've just been staying pretty local because of the current lockdowns that they're going through over there. So we'll keep monitoring that as time goes on and sort of plan my visit and all that stuff accordingly. Peter Jones, when does the passenger chair turnaround vid come out? Took mine out, floor is weird. Yeah, Peter, I'll just tell you what that is, because that video is probably about 2 more build series videos before that comes out. All I did is there's the pedestal that's mounted on the body of the vehicle, and then there's 5 bolts that the seat goes through into that. I just undid those bolts, spun it around, drilled a hole for that extra bolt. You could also just grind it off, and then repositioned it back down and tightened up all the bolts on it, and then that was it. So pretty easy to do that in the van. Now my passenger seat is completely gone. I took out the everything, so it's out of there. Cohort Elders, thanks for the super sticker. That's super rad, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, Emmy did a video, brought attention to the unmarked graves for us. Yeah, okay. I'll have to check that out. That's cool that she did that. Yeah. Beth, you're asking, what am I doing with the space on the passenger side? So I've had a bunch of ideas for that space. I thought about getting another Dometic CX28 fridge. That's this fridge model that I have, and putting it in there and running it as a freezer. The only thing is I don't want to spend that money on the exact same refrigerator, because I know once I go into another van later on down the road, I'm probably not going to want 2 of those little fridges. I'll probably want a big fridge, and I'll just keep this other one and use it as a freezer. But it'd be so cool to have a freezer in the van. So anyway, I decided against that, and I'm going with a cabinet up in the front here. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna have like probably a little tower right here with some cubbies in it. There'll be a main counter back in this area, and then a short little level right here. It'll be about 4 inches wide that goes to the front, and that I can put some stuff on. And then I'm gonna have up in the front there, right there, I'm gonna have a small angled piece that's gonna be like a shoe cubby. So it's just gonna be storage. I might get some water storage going on under there. Potentially later, what I could do is set up a water filtration system, and and a little hose, so that way I can open up my door and just spray down any sort of fresh greens or wild foods that I pick from in the wild. So that's the idea with that. Yeah, what about the bar? Yeah, no bar, Frank. I'm not drinking a whole lot of alcohol these days, but someone gave me a 4-pack of beer the other day, which was really cool. So I've got that, but still staying away from that. I've been doing. I've got myself onto like a keto diet, I guess, if you will. So I just kind of got my body into ketosis, which is basically what. If you don't know what that is, it's like your body, most of the time, most of the foods we eat in our day-to-day lives, our body gets into a glucose metabolism, so it converts a lot of those foods down into sugars and glucose, and that's what our brain and our body and our muscles and all that stuff burns. And ketosis is different. It's where you remove all those carbohydrates from your diet, including beer. There you could get away with maybe some harder alcohols and stuff, but I do stay away from that anyway, just because it's hard on the liver, and the idea is to detoxify the liver. So the liver, once you get fat going in your system instead of sugars and carbs, your liver converts it over into ketones, and then all your body starts burning it as ketones as opposed to glucose. So anyway, I got onto that because I want, eventually I want my body to start using the own fat storage that I've got on my body that I've built up over the last couple of years and burn that off. Hunting season's coming up, and I don't want to be packing that extra weight around, and just for my own health and well-being, for longevity, and for my daughter's sake, for my sake, for everybody's sake, I'm just trying to lose some weight and get into better shape. So I'm on ketosis right now, and then I've been fasting a bit. I got off of a 5-day fast a little while ago. I had a meal 2 days ago, and then I had a fast again yesterday, and I just had a meal for breakfast this morning. And I'll probably have a snack a little bit later this afternoon, and then I'll probably relax again and take some time off. So, but it's been, I've been eating some really good foods and feeling really satisfied with it and that kind of thing. So, yeah. So Ramblin' Rocketeer, any foraging videos coming up? Do you have huckleberries in your area? So yeah, I definitely have huckleberries in the area. I've shot some footage of some foraging lately. I don't know how that's going to integrate into a video. I've been kind of all over the map with my filming and shooting, just because I've been here so much and I've been in the yoga studios a lot. So these guys reopened last week, and there's a bit of a hustle getting around, changing filters out, and checking into the HVAC systems. There's a couple repairs that need to be made for the hot classes and stuff. So I've been a little bit busy with yoga and the van and my own stuff. But yeah, in that case, the filming has kind of been sporadic. But we have huckleberries coming in. There's blackberries. I had a nice bowl of blackberries the other day, and yeah, all those berries are coming in. Also had some June berries too. Beth, excellent. Would love to see your drawings. Beth, I'm not drawing any of this stuff for my build. So there was some stuff I did in the past, but in this case, I'm just doing it all in my head for this part in the front. Lee's camper van adventures. Thanks, Joseph. Here's an opinion. Buy Chrome's van and he can move into the ambulance. Yeah. I don't know. I love his van, but it's his van, right? I would like the shell of his van, although it is pretty rusted and stuff. But the E250 is, that long extended box van's a pretty nice platform to work on. I'd probably do a different interior than what he's got, but I really like his van. Yeah, Suede Fringe. If you haven't heard of keto before, I suggest doing a lot of research. There's a guy's channel. I'm gonna look it up right now here. There's a guy's channel on YouTube that I follow, and he's uh he's really he's really good when it comes to this sort of stuff. Okay, so I'm doing a plug for this guy, and he's got 1.23 million subscribers. He's doing all right, but his videos are really good. He explains things very well, and in a way that just about anybody can understand. And he goes, like, he breaks it down into why you would do this and why you wouldn't do that, and what, you know, what happens in the body when you do this and when you do that. So his name is Dr. Stein Ekberg. So it's I'll type that in the comments here so that you guys can see it. Stein Ekberg. Gotta get the spelling right. Okay, there you go. You can look this guy up on YouTube if you're interested in keto. He explains it really well. JB Red, if you get yourself a buck this year, what will you do with it? Meaning, where will you go to butcher it and how will you store the meat? It's a good question, JB. So, I kind of need to work that out. Until I do, I really have no business being out in the bush. But I've got a few options that I haven't quite looked into. I know that there's a good friend of mine in the Maple Ridge area that would love to have me over there with fresh kill and butcher it at his place and put it in a freezer. He's a foodie. He's got his own catering business. He loves wild meat. So I could just set that up with a phone call, I'm sure. I would like to do something probably a little bit more local, like up in Squamish. I'll probably end up hunting up in that area again. I will hunt. I might go on a couple hunting trips as well. But up there, I've got my name in on a storage facility that's got electrical. It doesn't have plumbing, but I have a workaround for that, and that would be enough space for me to do everything that I need to do and put that deer in a freezer. So if that comes available, that'd be great. But we'll see. And I'm still searching. So another thought is to just throw it all into a freezer at a friend's place. I've got a friend up in Squamish too that I can throw it into a freezer in his backyard. And then what I do is I just go and rent an Airbnb and then move it all over there and stay at the Airbnb for a few days and just butcher it all up at the Airbnb, package it all up, and then put it back in the freezer after that. So that's it. It's a little bit of a hustle. It's a little bit different from what you would do if you just live in a house and you can just take it home, deal with it that way. But yeah. So I got some ideas. Beth, how much is gasoline? It's gone way up in the U.S. 90 cents plus since last summer. Here it's about, I think it's $1.70 right now in Vancouver. I haven't filled up in Vancouver. Last place it filled up was in Squamish, and I got it at $1.65. So that's just regular gas. Premiums, I think $1.90 something, and yeah. And Sue, you're saying Victoria is now 166.9. Yeah, that's crazy. It's definitely going up. Um, yeah. Well, let's see here. Laura, good to see you in here, Laura. I haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing? Um, who else is in here? Dr. Phelps in here too? Where are we at right now? Huh. Okay, I gotta grind some coffee beans here. Yeah, Carrie Ann Kemp. Chrome calls me formerly, like, I think his in his phone it's Joseph, formerly known as Mr. Mustache. I might just grow that back again at one point, maybe this fall, just for the fun of it. We'll see. They call November Movember, so there's a lot of people that sport mustaches around then. Okay, there's gonna be a little bit of noise because I'm gonna run this grinder here, so hang tight. Try to cover the mic here. Oh, turn my inverter on. All right. Oh yeah. Hey Nomad, just making a coffee. I got started on it earlier, but then I realized I didn't have any fresh ground beans, so I had to grind some. And there we go. Happy Sunday to you too. Margot Burns, what's my favorite coffee to make in the van? I just buy coffee beans. I grind them up, or I buy pre-ground. I just bought a coffee grinder. It was like, it's a really cheap one, but it works great. So I just, yeah, plain coffee beans. I usually buy a medium or a light roast coffee, and then I, yeah, brew it up over a pour over. And I had one of those AeroPresses before, but the reason I do this is because once it's all done, I just take this thing here and I chuck that out, and the rest of it's just a super easy cleanup. So yeah, I'm all about the easy cleanup in a van. It's got to be an easy cleanup in a van. So it's probably best not to grow the stash again. A little too vintage village people. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, Kim Jones, go to Tim Hortons. So I would, but in Vancouver, it's a real pain in the butt to go to Tim Hortons in Vancouver. In Squamish, and when I'm on the road and stuff like that, it's completely different because there's lots of drive-throughs and they're easy to hit up. In Vancouver, you got to drive to these really busy parts of town, park the vehicle, pay for parking, walk over, get your coffee. It's an ordeal. So I don't go to Tim Hortons when I'm in Vancouver. But yeah. Laureen Macroby, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that, Laureen. That'll really go a long way. That'll help me out with gas money and stuff for this trip that I'm going on. Franco, keep in mind the darker roast has less caffeine. That's right, Frank. I generally stay away from darker roast. That's one of the reasons, and they usually get away with using a lesser quality bean. Usually gets put into a dark roast. Lily Campersville. Now I look great, clean, slick, smooth, and handsome. Thanks, Lily. What's my favorite candy? Also, have you ever tried White Claw? Leo Sellin. Don't really I don't really eat candy so much. I mean, the only real candy I had lately was like a lollipop, because my daughter had a lollipop. We each had one the other day, and then she got these little gummies that were like from the company that makes bunny pasta, makes these bunny gummies. We used to buy those sometimes, and those were pretty good. They're sugar free, but generally I stay away from candy. Um, Not huge on chocolate either, like chocolate bars and stuff like that. I'll have like raw chocolate. I'll use that sometimes, but yeah, that's about it. When I was a kid, I used to like those little fizzes that you bought, where you'd buy like that long strip, and there'd be these little fizz candies, and you chew on those, and then they'd fizz in your mouth. Those are pretty good, and I liked black licorice actually. So, but generally, I don't have any. Not a big guy on sweets and candy and stuff like that. Um, any sense if the work at the yoga studios is going to pick up again? So, Swansock, there is a little bit of work that's picked up, but what happened was they had to shut down 2 more studios. They might be recovering one of those. So right now there's only 4 studios out of 12 left. They might be recovering one, so there'd be 5 of those. There's only really 3 that I work in, and there was a little bit of work lately as they reopened everything and got the hot program going again. Um, yeah, there was a bit of work setting them up with that sort of stuff. I got a bit more work on Monday to do at this location, and then that's much it for a while. It's pretty quiet. But it's good to see them open up again. It'll take a while for them to bounce back. I'm just gonna, yeah. Oh yeah, this coffee's gonna be so good. Yo, Loco, when you're sleeping alone in forest besides lakes, has there been any kind of movement or moment where you felt paranormal activity going on around your van? Um, no, I haven't. I haven't had any feelings of that ever in the van. I felt that way in a house before when I was younger, but lately I just don't have any of those feelings. I felt activity going on around the van, but that's like human activity usually, like in the cities and stuff like that, or just I'm in a quiet little spot and someone's walking their dog and they're walking by, that kind of thing, or wildlife and that sort of thing. Beth, thank you for the super chat. Simply wishing you happy days, happy dreams, and hope for the future. Thank you for being real. We love you in Maine. Thank you, Beth. Really appreciate that. That'll definitely help with the travels moving forward. Thank you so much, and lots of love to you guys too. I love Maine. It's very beautiful there. I used to go fish the Adirondack River in well, it was in New York, fly fishing. It was really fun. It was close. I'm just gonna try and catch up on some of these. Emily Hartop, Hario makes a great hand grinder that will give you a much more even grind than the electric blade grinders. More peaceful to use. Yeah, I looked into the hand grinders a little bit, and there was just a bunch to choose from. I don't know. Without knowing too much, I just decided to get a little electric one. Just turn my inverter on and blast away. I like things to be kind of simple sometimes. Yeah. Van Life with Gina, thank you for the super sticker. Thanks for that. I love this, you guys. All these little bits are going to help me move along here. So I'm going on a trip to the island. I'm going to be meeting up with Chrome. He left me that $100 super chat to help pay for the ferry costs over there, so that's going to be really good. My plan is basically just to finish up this bit of van work that I've got going on, and a few loose ends. I got a couple things to do for the yoga studios, and then I'm going to head over to the island. So it'll be nice. I can't wait to leave Vancouver. I really can't wait to leave Vancouver. I mean, it's a beautiful city. There's got a lot of great things going for it. There's just a lot of memories here for me, and it's yeah, it's just kind of hard to be here right now. Kind of want to move on, you know. Patricia Danko, thank you for the super sticker. Katie, I like that sticker. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Sweet. Thank you, Patricia. Okay, I think this coffee's ready. There we go. That's way better. You seem to thrive out in the backcountry. Yeah, I miss the backcountry. I really like it out there a lot, and there's a lot of medicine back there for me. The great thing about being in the backcountry is just there's like this you commune with nature. Like there's an energy to the place that you don't see and tune into as much when you're in the city. Different kind of energy in the city. You feel this true undertone spirit of the place. That's really amazing, and that's what I love about the backcountry. It's like music and vibration to my soul in a way. Flickster, you ever consider getting a dog to keep you company? Yeah, personally, but I've had dogs, but oh, we might be lagging a little bit here. I don't know. We doing okay with the speed, you guys? We got a bit of a lag. I'll get back to the dog. Basically, for me in the van, there's a lot of question marks in my life right now. It doesn't make sense to get a pet. If I travel back and forth to Bali, which is going to be pretty well at certainty, it's going to be complicated to try and take a dog along with me and or put it in a kennel while I'm away. I just don't feel like that's exactly fair for the animal. Plus I do, although I'm not doing it so much at the moment, I generally do a lot of outings in the backcountry and stuff, and it's nice not having to manage the dog and either leave it behind or bring it along with you, and the experience isn't the same. But I do love animals, and I love dogs. I love their company, so I love my friends' dogs. And that way I enjoy their company when I'm around them. So Armin Kurstholt. Hi Joseph, how would your future van life look like? Love your vids, keep it up. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that, Armin. I've got basically like my plan is to ride this vehicle out for a little while. I really wanted to get into a Sprinter van. I just like the shape and size of those vans quite a bit. And as much as some people say that the maintenance and all that sort of stuff's expensive, I'm pretty quick to point out how it really compares when you go dollar for dollar. The van maintenance on this van is probably more expensive than a Sprinter van, and this isn't anywhere near the class of van as that. But yeah, that would be the van I'd like to go with. I don't know how I'd build it out just yet, so hopefully I can relax in this one for a little while and think about that and premeditate on it. And then when the time comes, I'll know what to do. So we'll see. But I imagine I'll do it kind of similar. I'll have to live in it while I work on it a little bit to figure things out. Laura, thank you for that super sticker. Clapping right back at you. Thank you. Yeah, dog smell in a small space, not in a van. Yeah, I had a dog in here for a little while. That little black dog, Ty, from a while back. And I could definitely smell her in here. But yeah, she was a nice dog, though. Let's go. Looks like you took out your passenger seat. Ruth, you say that? Yes, I did. There it is. I'm building a cabinet there currently. So today I'm in the shop and I'm going to be working on that as soon as we're done here. Thanks, Patricia. Take care. You too. Have a wonderful day. Captain Oath Live, yeah. I'm seriously disgusting, eh? Disgusting. That was a pretty good clip. He's referring to something in a video, I think that was 2 videos back. Chrome was videoing me because I was being kind of gross out there at the lake, but that's me. I'm kind of a fun, dorky nerd, and I like to pick up leeches and stuff like that. Emily Hardtop, thank you for the super chat. Coffee Fund contribution. Hello from Berlin. Appreciate that, Emily. I'll definitely put that towards coffee and gas. It's pretty much what it's going to go towards. Thank you so much for that. Daisyville, so much more real estate without the seat. Definitely more real estate without the seat. I'm gonna set up a little storage in that area and a cabinet. So that's just gonna reduce kind of the clutter, because right now I just throw stuff there, and when the seat was there, I'd throw stuff behind the seat, and it was just a bit of a clutter. So it'd be nice to clean all that up and make it look good. But man, it's one big project doing this cabinet up there, and just building the cabinet is only half the project. I still have to take the dash apart, pull out the passenger airbag, and while I'm doing all that, I'm going to try and change some of the ducting work around on the main vehicle ducting, because this one doesn't have a HEPA filter, or doesn't have a cabin air filter in it. So I'm going to see if I can swap out some of the plastic parts from another Dodge at a junkyard and get a filter, like the part that holds the filter for this one, and just swap it out so I can have a cabin air filter in this one. But the manual bills, it bills out 9 hours to take the dash apart, so it's going to be a long job, that one, to do that. But I have to do it anyway. I have to get that airbag out of there, and I want to inspect all the metal up in the back in there behind the dash. There was a little bit of a water leak up in that area, and I want to go and see if I can find it and take care of it. Fun dorky nerd could make a great logo on a t-shirt. Speaking of shirts, when are you coming out for Sharing the Wild? Ramblin' Rocketeer. Okay, so I've been thinking about merch and a logo and all that stuff, and really I'm just gonna ask the channel if any artists out there have any ideas. Just email them to me, and we'll see what we can work out together, and we'll work out something, and we'll get those on a shirt. We'll make some merch, make some stickers. Does Joseph have a nickname? Um, I mean, just Joe, Joey, Joseph. Those are sort of the three names for that. Um, there was one guy that called me Rev once, which was short for Reverend, because I worked in a pet store at the time, and it was the manner in which I took care of all the lizards and reptiles in that department. And he was like, "Man, you're just like the Reverend when it comes to taking care of the herps." I was like, "Cool." So he called me Rev. Laura, hope your floors aren't rusted out also. My floors are in great shape. So I did look at the floors. I redid the floor up in the front, and there's not a spot of rust in there. It's great. Yeah, really nice. So for those of you just chiming in, I'll just say, I'll just go over it one more time. Basically, um, the filming has been rather sporadic. The reason I'm doing this live stream is because I've been a bit behind on editing and a bit behind on filming ever since I got back to Vancouver. I'm just doing all the kind of the stuff you don't want to deal with on a regular basis. So like your to-do list and all the stuff on there that you don't want to deal with. That's what I'm focusing on. I just want to get all that stuff out of the way so that I can have that all off my shoulders and go on this trip to the island without having any of that weighing me down. And then, yeah, because I got a lot of stuff in the future to weigh me down anyway, plans and stuff, visiting my daughter and that sort of thing. Um, so I've got to factor all that in, and it'd be nice not to have all this other old stuff here. Anyway, so I'm dealing with that, and I'm getting this van work done. Yeah. Van Life Shorts, where did you get those baby white containers from? I got them from Walmart. So basically, it's a Huggies container. That's it. And there's like a box of them. There's a bunch. They come with a package inside of them, ready to go. And when they're used up like that, and stuff it with new ones. So typically, I'll buy I bought these, and I like this because you're not throwing this thing out in the garbage every time, because you can buy the wipes once you go through the package, so you're throwing out the whole thing. This way I can keep this, so I'll reuse this as much as I can. And the refills come in these bags, so I buy a box of 6 of these for I think it's $20, and those will last. I just refill those things, so I got 2 of those. I got one behind my seat, my driver's seat too, and they are very handy in van life. I probably wouldn't go through these things near as much as I do in a van if I lived in a house, but because I don't have a sink and running water and that sort of stuff, I use them quite a bit just to, wipe things down and clean things up here and there. Yeah, you guys are talking about gas. It's about $1.66 right now, $1.70 here for gas per liter. It's pretty expensive. My mom, was chatting with her. She's back in Ontario. She was paying, I think it's $1.33 for regular in Ontario, so it's quite a bit cheaper over there. Um, I don't know why there's such a difference, but there is. Yeah. Um, Yeah. So I got an idea for some stuff. I'm gonna do some different videos coming up. Once all this stuff's out of the way, you guys, I'm not gonna have this stuff weighing me down and bogging up my brain so much. So I'm gonna be donating more of my time to YouTube, and I'll do. I'm gonna do some gear videos. So I'll be kind of throwing those in between my regular videos just to sort of talk about various pieces of equipment and items that I use. Um, and I'll probably do more van related content and talk about the inside of my van and sort of the way everything works. I'll be doing a van tour soon. As soon as that cabinet's done, I think at that point I'm going to do a van tour. And yeah, so I'll share stuff like that shortly. I'm going to start incorporating that. So stay tuned for that. Joseph, do you use the Gas Buddy app? Yes, I do. I don't look at it all that often, but I do use that application. Everyone's talking about gas. Holy smokes. We're going to wrap this up soon, you guys. Any burning questions anybody has for me? Get them out. Yes, Ramblin' Rocketeer, possibly post some shorter videos throughout the week to keep us up to date. I'll probably do that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably do that for sure. Captain Live, what's the ultimate minivan for you? I don't know. Like, I mean, I haven't spent a lot of time really looking at them so much. At least not lately. Like the Metris is a pretty nice video, like minivan, but it kind of slopes down at the back. I don't like that feature of it. But I've seen a high top that you can get for those vans that actually looks pretty slick. There's I think there's a couple that Toyota makes. There's a couple that are made that can't get North America that are probably better than what we have here. But yeah, honestly, I wouldn't do another minivan. It's just way too much work and just don't like it. This one's a great van, but it's just there's so much work that goes into it that it's not something I'd like to do again. Nomad, ever thought about doing some bow fishing? Yeah, for sure. I did a little bit of it when I was younger, but I didn't have the proper setup for it, so it wasn't something I stuck with. I don't know if I'd really get into that. I'd probably do it at some point, but I don't know if I'd make that a passion. Certainly not out here. Lee W2, do you drink herbal tea into your wild stuff? I do drink herbal teas. I've got a few in the van, but often I'll make teas from wild plants and stuff like that, so I do that for sure. Yeah, I'll stay in touch, Beth, for sure. Yeah. Yes, and you can join me on Patreon. You get everything in real time over on Patreon, by the way. So if you're wanting more real time updates and sort of day to day stuff, I post a lot more on Patreon. So you kind of get the gist of what's going on. And you're ahead of schedule over there. Kim Jones, thank you for the gas money. Super appreciate it. Man, Kim, you've been really generous lately. Thank you so much, Kim. I got coffee from you and gas from you. It's fantastic. We're going to the island in style. Can't wait. Have you ever heard of Nani? No, I haven't heard of Nani. I like it. The words come up for me before Ramblin' Rocketeer. I haven't looked into it. I don't know what it is yet. Will you do some yoga videos? Also some videos on how to stay fit living in the van life. Lee Gardner. Yeah, I think I will eventually. Like, I'm pretty cumbersome right now in my body, so I'm not feeling too comfortable sharing some of the, the awkward moving around on my mat. But I'll probably do some of that stuff soon, because you guys need to see that awkward moving around stuff, because it's real. That's just where I'm starting, so I'll probably do some of that stuff anyway and fit it in. But I'm on a train to get myself back into being more fit, and I know I'm not that far away, but I'll keep working at it and it'll come back, because it's very important living in a van, especially in a minivan. You're always hunched over, and you gotta stretch out and do stuff like that to stay in shape. Glenn Vanderberg, yeah, good to see you, Glenn. I know you like this van build, Glenn. I'm gonna do a van tour soon. Hang on, that's not that far off. I've got this cabinet that I'm going to build up in the front. That's what I'm working on right now. And once that's done, I'm going to set this up and do a van tour. Namaste, James. Dandelion root to detox. Definitely love dandelion root. It's very good. I got some here in the van. It's in a powder though, so you know. Yeah. And Kim Jones, hopefully Chrome will do the van tour. I'm pretty sure Chrome's going to want to do a van tour anyway. I'll probably do one as well, so we'll there'll be one that I'll do on my channel, just because it'll be a nice intro video to anybody that's new, that's coming to the channel page. They'll see that video first, so I'll probably do something to go in place of my my sort of channel preview video, if you will, and then Chrome, yeah, we'll do one together for sure too. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna get to work here, and I just wanted to check in with some of you guys and say hi, and let you know that I'm doing okay and in Vancouver, and I'm just doing a bunch of boring stuff. It's a bunch of van build stuff, but I am filming it, but it's gonna come out with van build stuff anyway. But soon I'll be on the island doing North Island explorations and more fishing, so stay tuned for that. Jen Hall, thank you for that super chat. I definitely will follow my dreams for sure. And Lee Gardner, thank you again for that super chat as well. Much love to all you guys. I really appreciate you coming, taking some time out of your day to join us here today, and yeah, it was fun. We'll we'll see you guys soon enough, I'm sure. And thanks for tuning in. Adios, you guys.